Obviously, I was really pleased with how we played tonight, especially defensively. We started out, slow offensively to start the game, but yet our defense kept grinding away, and we built a nice lead. I think 16-4 before they came back and hit a couple shots, some foul shots. That's where we really struggled in our last game was at the defensive end of the floor against East Tennessee, guarding the dribble, and I thought we did a better job helping tonight. Our defensive help principles were way better, and so I'm hoping that this will be something that we'll continue to improve on because everything starts and ends with our defense. We're very pleased, obviously, that on the 29 baskets we made, 21 of them were assisted. It was great to have Xavier Stapleton back out there after a 18-month hiatus of not being able to play at all because of his knee surgeries. I thought that the unselfishness of our team, the way we shared the basketball, and obviously the way we shot the ball from three was really special. I mean, 17 out of 29 is pretty incredible.
You mentioned that you feel like Xavier's really going to help this team. What is it that he brings to the table? He came out tonight and hit a couple of shots, played some good defense.
Yeah, number one, it starts with him, his ability to rebound and defend and play multiple positions and really guard. I mean, he's long, he's athletic, and he brings toughness and competitiveness and some leadership. We're so young. I mean, we're the youngest team in the country. So I have a guy who's actually played a year of Division I basketball, even though it really helps us. He's further ahead than freshmen because he has a year under his belt and played on a good team.
You went through a 35-0 run. Have you seen something like that? And what was kind of the?
Yeah, I didn't really know at the time, but I just know that they were on 29 for a long time. And, sometimes when you're struggling to make a basket, it just keeps getting smaller and smaller, it feels like. And, again, credit our defense some for that. I mean, I thought our defense was really much improved. And our guys felt bad about our last game. And we lost to a good team. So it was good to get, a win under our belt here and something to build on as we're moving forward, as we're getting closer to open up with our SEC. And you can see our freshmen are getting more experience. I was excited about, Schneider getting 12 rebounds, Mario Kegler getting 7 rebounds, obviously Eric Holman's 11 rebounds. We're last in the league in rebound margin if you look at the SEC stats. We are not going to be able to win in the SEC unless we get better at rebounding. This was a good step.
Few shots weren't really falling last week in the game against ETSU, but tonight he came out and was pretty sharp, especially in the first half. Did you see anything from him this week? Wanted to come home and maybe put on a show a little bit for the home?
I don't look at it like coming home to put on a show. I mean, I think he wanted to come home and win. And he had a lot of people here. He probably had over 100. His mother's mother, his grandmother, is one of 16, I think. And so there's a lot of cousins. There's a lot of family. They have family reunions every summer where there's literally 300 people that come to the Wesboon reunion. Actually, it's his mom's side, so that's pretty cool. I was happy for all our kids from Jackson. Xavier's from here. Obviously, Mario Kegler. Q. It's good to have his little brother here, Nick, who's fantastic, having an unbelievable year tonight, along with Keyshawn Frizzell, 2 more Mississippi kids, and I like Dan Mullen. I mean, we want to build with Mississippi kids, so I'm excited about our future.
Coach Xavier didn't really look like he was right here in the back.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're good. Xavier didn't really look like he was holding anything back tonight for a guy coming off all those injuries. How do you feel like he's playing mentally? Did you see anything like that in practice?
No, he's been doing. He's gone an hour and 45 minutes the last 2 practices. We've been very conservative, bringing him back, and we're going to continue that. I mean, he only played 11 minutes tonight. I think the limit we had was 15, and he got a little winded. The adrenaline of a game makes a difference, and so I'm just so excited about him because he really adds a dimension that we need out there, not only in the game but in practice every day. Our practices, Eli Wright didn't play tonight because he sprained his ankle on Friday. I expect him to be back, able to play for us on Thursday. So all of a sudden, our depth, and then we also have a young man who I am really excited about, and Abdul Adu, who started to practice last week for the first time. And he is going to be a good player for us. He's big, strong, physical. He makes everybody else better inside. So we're coming together slowly but surely. I thought Lamar had another terrific game, and his ability to shoot the ball, 5 assists, 0 turnovers. IJ had 8 assists, 2 turnovers. Really pleased for that. Question?
Yeah, what does that mean? How do you envision playing him? Is he a 3?
He's going to play. He is a classic 3. Zay is. And Mario's really 3, but we're playing him at the 4. And you look at college basketball, it's really 4 guards and a center in this day and age. And for us, I want to play him more minutes. He doesn't really know a whole lot at the 4 spot in terms of the sets, just even taking the ball out of bounds after, I mean, he's not used to doing that, and we've never had him do it in practice. We've had all sorts of, injuries. I mean, it's an up and down thing. Like, going into, we had a really good practice after losing on Wednesday on Friday. And then Friday night, as I'm headed home, my trainer gave me a call and said, IJ Reddy, I think he may have torn his meniscus. My heart about dropped, as you could imagine. Eli had sprained his ankle that night. And so we get an MRI the next day, and then everything's fine. There's nothing structurally wrong. It's just like, So just the ability to get our 12 guys together in a practice for 2 weeks in a row, I can't wait. Because where you get better is in practice every day, competing against one another. And you can see Doc is picking up the remnants from what he had to take over in terms of the scholarship limitations and all the things he's had to deal with is incredibly tough. And I have unbelievable respect for him as a coach, and I know that they're going to really get this thing going once they get the freedom to actually have all their scholarships. I mean, this is an uphill battle, what he's dealt with, and, that's the best we've played all year. So it was a real, tough combination for them. But, what he's had to take over, I feel for him, and I know that, that all they got to do is be patient. This guy can really coach.
You kind of had some long layoffs last few days. You had a 10-day layoff and a 5-day layoff. After a game like this, you're pretty excited to not much of a layoff, a couple of days, and you get back on the court Thursday.
Yeah, well, we had a 5-day, I guess we did, huh? We needed that because we needed to practice. Our practices leading into East Tennessee were in the middle of finals week, and they were not what you want. I mean, and I hate that we have to have the sting of defeat to really get what we needed in practice in terms of the mentality. But we've got to get that back. Tomorrow we'll watch film. We'll practice really hard on Wednesday, but short, and then we'll play Thursday against Moorhead, and then give them 3 days off, and then the gauntlet begins. Where it's a game, 2 games a week, starting with our last non-conference, and then it just begins. It's a never-ending, goes forever.
What do you think of the atmosphere here?
Well, I always, I think it's really good for us and for our fans to get up here at least once a year and be here in Jackson. We are the State University of Mississippi. This is our state capital. The fans here are phenomenal that make that drive for us to all our games. And I thought this would be good for college basketball in the state of Mississippi. We play Ole Miss twice a year every year. We're going to play Southern Miss now once a year for the next 3 years coming, 4-year total contract. I think it's good. I want people to be excited. And it was an 8 o'clock game, which is a little long, later than you'd like as a television. But I was, pleased that our fans came out tonight and supported this. And, I'm excited about it. We had, 3 or 4 kids from Jackson, and all the kids from Mississippi have great memories of this building because they've all won big here in this building before. So it's fun for them, I think, too, for our players and for their families.
Looked like somebody did a pretty good job on the floor between the shoot around.
Yeah, well, we worked hard at that because I was really, really nervous about that. And actually, we called one of my former players works for Connors Floors. They put in our new floor. They put in, I think, Ole Miss's floor too. Do a great job, but they told us what needed to be done, and it improved dramatically after it was, followed instructions. So, you were here today. You saw that. I wasn't going to mention it.
You went out earlier, was there any kind of?
He has a really bad burn from diving on the floor from Friday's practice. I mean, it's, quite alarming looking thing. And that's what I think happened is he hit that, but I'm not positive, because it's very tender.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, very tender. I mean, he is a warrior, what he's dealing with, I can't say enough great things about his toughness.